Hello guys, it's me again, Fit, and today I'm going to be showing you some tricep exercises you can do to help develop the, the lateral head, the long head, and the medial head. So basically lateral means the side, which is right here, the side delt. If you look at it, I draw a line. The lateral head matches, it goes straight with the side delt right here. So that's why it's called the lateral head. The long head because it's the longest head. So there, which is the biggest part. And then the medial head is here, which means the midline. So if I draw myself to the middle, and then and then if I go to the middle, the medial head is more closer to the midline. So that's why it's called the medial head. So we're going to be performing some exercises that are going to be targeting the long head because that's the biggest part of the tricep, and if you train that part, it will help you out with looking aesthetic with the bigger arms. So let's get started. So we're going to be doing some skull crushers and some tricep extensions, really focusing on that stretch and just keeping constant tension on those triceps, just really pumping out those reps and feeling that tension on the tricep, just fatiguing it and creating as much like stress and metabolic stress and damage to it. So let's get started. So first, you're going to need some dumbbells. I got some light ones because I trained triceps yesterday. I don't want to overtrain them, so I'm just going to use some lighter weights for demonstration, so I won't overtrain, as I said. So what you want to do is just grab some dumbbells, and then you want to go to the bench. Make sure your feet are planted on the ground and your toes are firmly gripped to the ground, and you're using your toes and heels to grip so that you're creating stabilization within your feet. And then you want to squeeze your core, depress your shoulders, meaning bring your shoulders down, which will help activate the lats, because we don't want to swing and use shoulders. So we want to depress our shoulders, squeeze our core, and retract our shoulder blades, like bring it back or squeeze it like a row. And then you want to kick one dumbbell up to the shoulder, kick another one up to the shoulder, and then you want to lay down like that. Make sure you're keeping the shoulder depression and the retraction and the squeeze in the core. And then what you want to do is you want to use your hands and your elbows to go back like this, to go back, and you want to use your elbow to lay it down, to bend down like that and up. And yeah, so you want to use your hands to make the direction. So if I do it down, if I point it down, it's going to go down like that. That's what we want. And we want to keep the tension in the core, keep the shoulder depression, and then you want to use your elbows, use your hands to guide it down, and then use your elbows to finish it up. So 1, 2, the more down, the bigger the stretch for the long head. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, I'm going to breathe now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, don't forget to use your hands and elbows to guide the dumbbell. Don't use your hands, point it down to guide the dumbbell down the direction you want, and then you want to use your elbows to really just finish up the stretch. So yeah, the direction, and then you want to use your elbows because the elbow's closer to the tricep, and then you want to use that to really push your arm down like that. And one more, 10. So yeah, and the reason I put my arm or my shoulder behind my head, because that's the anatomy, or I mean the physiology of the tricep, of the long head. The more behind your arm and shoulder is behind your head, the more you're creating the emphasis on the long head. So that's pretty much it. Just don't forget to depress your shoulder and retract your shoulder blades and squeeze your core and keep those feet planted. and keep your face, your butt, and everything stable on the bench, and make sure you've tightened up your body so that you don't let anything really take over. So yeah. Now we're gonna move on, and by the way, just keep the bench flat, 0 degree flat for this one. Just like a regular bench press or a dumbbell row, you need a flat bench. And now we're moving on to tricep extensions. So I'm going to set my bench to 75 degrees. That works for me. But make sure you can firmly get your back on here. Make sure it's supported so you don't let your back move. So again, take the dumbbells again. Sit on the bench. Make sure your feet are gripped to the floor. Squeeze your core. Depress those shoulders. Retract the shoulder blades. And then you want to keep the feet planted on the floor. Squeeze the toes to stabilize and use support from your feet. Make sure they don't take over and make sure they're not off the bench. So, what you want to do, if you want to do it, I'm going to show the unilateral version, and then afterwards I'm going to get to the bilateral, which means 2 at a time, 2 arms at a time. But I'm going to show the unilateral one, which is 1 arm at a time. So, you want to kick the dumbbell up like that, and then you want to bend your elbow down. You want to think about the skull crusher. You want your arm pointing behind me, and then you want your elbow to really move the arm down. But this is the direction, and this is the movement. So we're creating the direction from my hand, and then the movement from my elbow, and we're really focusing on the stretch and really focusing on the eccentric. So 1, and move the elbow down slowly, and then push it up. Push it up and explode up. 2, push the elbow down and the hand for direction. 3, 4, squeeze the core, keep the shoulders depressed, so you don't take your back, let your back take over. 1, 2, 5, 3 more. 3, make sure to breathe, so that you can keep, just focus on that stretch, which is really important. And now I'm going to show the bilateral, really much similar. And now I'm going to depress my shoulders, retract, scapula, squeeze core, keep the feet planted, squeeze the toes, and I'm going to kick both dumbbells up and really just do the same thing. And then I'm just going to down and up. And then make sure you keep a 45 degree. And just really use the hands for direction and the arm to really move the dumbbell and the tricep and really for the movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's really it. I like doing it unilaterally, so I can really focus on the tension of one arm, because my brain can really focus on one part, really emphasizing the stretch and emphasizing the contraction. But if you want to do it bilaterally, meaning 2 arms at a time, then you can do that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna do another tricep video hopefully in the future, where I focus on the lateral head and the medial head mostly, because those two are really similar and how they really work, because they just really it's just really tricep extension, and it's really close to the body. It's just tricep extension, like extending the arm straight down, and you're just focusing it straight to the body, whereas the long head is just more behind your head, but this one's more straight shoulder. It's really kind of like shoulder adduction. So like the lat pull down. I mean, not the lat pull down, the bend over row, where we focus on shoulder extension. So that's really the main function of the tricep, also to assist with shoulder extension. So just really focusing on that. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and give this a video a like, comment, subscribe, share, and do all that stuff to help my channel grow. And I'll see you guys for the next video, which might be just we're gonna do calf raises. I know there are small muscle, but people neglect them, so I'm gonna be focusing on that for the next video. See you guys till then.